and welcome to All In. It's a big weekend ahead, lads. Call it what you want. Golden Eagle, Coolmore, Empire Rose, Victoria Derby. Lou, you're a traditionalist. Derby week?
Traditionalist, am I?
Yeah.
Don't know about that. Yeah, it's a good week, obviously for all racing fans. Three Group Ones
Yeah.
into Tuesday, into Thursday, into Champions Day Saturday. So hopefully plenty of winners. How did we go Cox Plate weekend from a show perspective? I can't really
Can't
remember to
remember,
be
to
honest.
be honest.
I think at least I
Mm.
was keen on Antino to beat Via Sistina. That didn't happen. Obviously, something wrong with Antino there. That's not just on the merits. Um, so that was a shame from a betting perspective, but a great spectacle nonetheless. And then the spring champion, Shangri-La Boy. Took me a while to get up off the floor from that one, boys. So
Mm.
hopefully better luck ahead.
Good afternoon, Dino. Monday afternoon, about 2:30. We're filming this. How are you, mate?
I'm good, boys. I'm good, Lou. I remember you tipping up beast mode. Was it a couple of weeks ago? I think it's gone on to won two races in a row. So
So I
props to you. I saw that.
tipped it off that Valley win, and they saved for the Valley
Yeah,
again, and
okay.
it's flying. I don't know where it goes for now, but it's going real good.
It's going good, and your haircut's going good too. The ears low this week, looking good, Lou.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, just for you boys.
Right on, mate. Looking at a million
I
bucks.
believe.
Every time I put the TV on, you're there, Lou. You're the hardest working man in the industry. Unbelievable
Try
stuff.
my best. Try my best.
Anyway, Golden
Mm.
Eagle. Let's kick off there, lads. Autumn Glow, $2. Linebacker, Paja Tower. Punja Tower, $6. Evaporate, 11. Sepals, Willie Do It, 15s. Long of the rest. Louis.
Yes. Sorry, what was this guy? I thought we were going to have
This
a
is
chat about things
the
first,
Golden
but
Eagle.
anyway, okay, here we
Well,
go.
did you want to have a chat
I
about things? What do you want to? What do you want to chat about? I was going to leave
I
it to the end because
okay, let's go to the end.
some of
Yeah,
the
go to
things
the
that
end.
Dino has to talk about will fit in very well at the end of the show, and I didn't want people to turn
When,
off.
Well, no one's
well, I
listening.
was about to say
Is
when
that
people
why?
tune out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah. Look, the
Cheers.
Golden Eagle market, I couldn't really identify anything that they've got wrong. Like $2, she's the best horse, but you couldn't take it. Angel Capital, they go to the or, so it's unlikely. Linebacker's going good, but I think he's probably the right price. I don't know much about Panja Tower. They reckon it's kind of in between the two Japanese horses that have come here in Oban Buramai, who won, and then
Good horse.
uh, last year started favourite, didn't win. Whoever that
Oh,
was, I can't remember its name.
I'm trying to think of
Whatever. Oscoli Pacino. In between
that's the
those
one.
two horses is where they're kind of ranking Painted Tower, but I wouldn't know. And then you've got Evaporate, Sepals, like they're all at the right places. I thought maybe Dino, if I had to have a spec at something, $26 about Perfumus, could it start a little shorter perhaps? Like
Mm.
it was OSL there, and the leader ended up running last in that race, so it was a huge effort to kind of keep fighting Idle Fly to the line. Everyone wanted to be on Perfumus to beat Idle Flyer again. It had the better run and turn the table. So I just thought maybe it was the possible overs in the race. But as I mentioned, others have been pretty well found by the market. So going to be a great race again, but no real betting prospect for me at the moment.
Dino.
Yeah, it's somewhat dropped. Yeah, it's somewhat dropped away. Obviously, Angel Capital doesn't go to this race. I think they're leaning CF4 stakes. Listen to Chris this morning, and Lady Shenandoah obviously goes to the time model Russell Balding that Gano loves. I think it's somewhat a place market type race, Lou, what you sort of alluded to there. And it's at Randwick this time, boys, so a little bit different as well in that sort of sense as well. First year's run at Randwick. I found Sepples as a place bet this. SP strong last start. Galloped on. I know Stable's been terrifically happy or really happy with his horse post that. They had a nice winner at the Valley of on a Hawk and his underrated camp, the Cliff Brown sort of setup. So Sepples, a place will do me. Looked at the Japanese horse, like you mentioned, Lou, won a Group 1 last start, 1200. Won a Group 1 at 1600. So want to learn a lot more about this horse, hoping that we do media-wise throughout the week. Linebacker, terrific last start. And outside of that, the race somewhat dropped away this year, Gano. So Seppel's a place for me.
Yeah, sequels for me as well, Dino. Great place bet.
Mm.
Autumn Glow, $2, probably a bit short, really, considering
Mm.
this is a bigger challenge than what the Epsom was. So probably still wins the race, but can we win in the race without me? Sepals
Mm.
a definite place bet. Willie Do It. Bit of a interrupted preparation. Linebacker good, but $6 second favorite good. Maybe not. Maybe not. Happy to take it on.
Mm.
at that price. I thought happy to take on Panja Tower. I thought Seeples, if you assess Seeples off what it did two back,
Mm.
has to be second
Yep.
favourite. And you
Yep.
have to forgive what it did. What happened last time, got chopped out, got galloped on, or the whole thing was a disaster.
Mm.
So, it should be in front of Evaporate, I thought. And Evaporate could probably be a little bit further up the market as well. But I don't think the gap between a linebacker, Evaporate, and Seeples is anything at all. And the market's got it quite significant. Staying in Sydney, lads, we've got a Russell Balding Stakes. Jimmy Star, $2.80. Now, the rail's in a true position at Randwick on Saturday as well. Something to consider
Mm.
there. Lady Shenandoah,
Interesting, isn't it?
450. Briasa, $6. War Machine, $8. Private Eye. Strauss, $13. Mr. Brightside? Don't think so. Probably stop there, lads.
Mm.
Yeah, probably stop there because I have no idea if any of these other runners are going to the race, Tino.
Yep, Trav had the article up. So Jimmy Star's confirmed. Lady Shenandoah gets J-Mac. That's another big tick for the weekend, boys. James obviously not going down to Melbourne. He stays in Sydney to ride on Glowsy's main ride. War Machine, Tim Clark, Browser, Private Eye, Mazu, Strauss. Not sure about that horse. Rothfire, Coal Crusher, Golden Mile, Cabalas, and Iona Merc are the ones down. It's somewhat of a forgive run contest here. You look about the Everest, obviously the key lead up and been dominated to win this race post that. Lady Shenandoah put heels on Jimmy Star. War Machine was below his best second up. And then Briasa was just playing out the back. So the way I'm thinking is horses coming off that forgive. Jimmy's probably well enough found. Lady Shenandoah up to 1,300 metres. I think he's a massive tick against James McDonald. They're two big ticks. And Briasa as well, boys. I think they'll put him into the race. So that's intriguing as well. So two horses that I really like there moving forward.
Put him into the race with the rail in the true position. Great.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like they're not like Briasa was just like that's one of the all-time grey ups to me. Like grand final race, and they just and some horses are like that. We've seen Private Eye. You put him out the back, he just does not want to be there, not one bit. You put him in a race, and he thinks he's a racehorse again.
Louis.
Yeah, same as the Golden Eagle. I just really struggle with this race for everything that Dino just said. It's the forgive file race, or it's the don't know how it's going race. Like even though there were possibly excuses for Lady Shenandoah, I thought she was a little bit flat. Apparently, as you mentioned, not apparently, J-Mac is on, and apparently she's flying since that run. So I've been with her all prep. I made it the hardest to beat in the Everest, and now I'm probably jumping off. Like it's just, it's all crazy. Jimmy Star was so gallant there outside of his comfort zone. I think if they go back to regular programming a touch, not that he should be last, but if they just maybe ride a little bit quieter again with this rail in the true out to his better distance, he's a genuine chance. I could be left with egg on my face, but I'm going to go against Briasa. War Machine, I thought was also a little disappointing in that Everest off the really good support, kind of was back and held ground without really savaging the line. And Strauss, this is an interesting one, this Japanese horse. Its two latest wins are over 2,000 metres and 1,800 metres. So forgive me for how it's going to run well here. Maybe it can. I don't know. It's run over this trip before with a couple of minor placings in Japan, but you go off the two victories, you go, well, how's it supposed to beat some of the better sprinters we're supposed to have? So I couldn't have it.
And you got Joe on.
Oh yeah,
I thought he retired 6 times, Joe. He's like John Farnham.
Yeah. I'd be happy to take him on a bit. Although he did just win a really big race in Brazil.
Yeah. What did he win? Brazil. So.
San Isidro or something, mate. You would have
go, Joey.
on the morning.
Yeah, you would have been all over that.
8:30 a.m. joint. Yeah.
Middle tote, $358 and that one of those.
To round all that out, no idea. I'm probably with Jimmy Star on the day, but again, this is not a race I can find any value on a Monday.
Yeah, no real opinion on the Russell Balding for me, so I'll probably stay right out of the race at those prices. Although you'd think Lady Shenandoah was a complete forgive job, right? So, but do you really want to take $4.50?
Is it a complete forgive job, you reckon?
Yeah, I think
complete.
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't know if it's complete forgive job. I think maybe can forgive a little bit, but
I don't know. If I galloped on your back hill, I don't reckon you'd like it too much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm going to take the galloped on multi. Sepples into Lady Shenandoah.
How'd your dream go last week? Who'd you dream about again?
Oh, yeah. No.
Federalists. But it doesn't count, boys, because it was the week that I dreamt about it was when it got scratched. So we're still 8 from 8. No stress. If it won though, we
Yeah,
would have claimed
you
it.
count it. Yeah, you count it.
Unbelievable stuff. All right, let's go. Let's have a little chat about Dino's discussions. New little segment, Dino's discussions. You got a
Mm.
topic you want to bring up this week, Dino, before we head down and tackle the derby?
Yeah, well, they sort of tie into each other. It's the Cox Plate and vet protocols down there. I'm worried. I know prize money is not everything, and there's that divide between prize money races and prestige races. Obviously, New South Wales versus Victoria, somewhat of it. But I'm a little bit worried where the Cox Plate's going to get to, boys, if they don't do something about it. Like this year was one of the worst fields I think we've seen in a long time. Somewhat overshadowed because it was a terrific race itself to watch, but we should have had Fangirl in that race. You should have had Prodigy in that race. You should have probably had Mr. Brightside in that race. You should have had an up and coming 4-year-old. There was one 3-year-old. And then you look at the races that it sort of took away from the Hill Stakes, took away. Obviously, we saw the King Charles take away. We see now the Golden Eagle take away from horses. I don't know what they're going to do, but and no internationals as well. I think that's a big point too. So I know it's a prestige race, but I think they've got to move forward with it somehow. I don't know if it's a prize money increase. I don't know if it's an incentive somewhere, what they've got to do. I know it's obviously in Flemington next year as well, which might bring a couple more horses, but I think we've said Dilly's coming out of it. I just think that they need to do something in regards to offsetting the prestige and not just sitting on the heels in that sense to get it back to where it was, because I could see in the future, like it's going to be the exact same next year. Why would you go to the race when you got a King Charles and you got a Golden Eagle there? I don't know what your thoughts are, boys, but yeah, I was a little bit worried on the weekend post that race where it's going to sort of get to. And it rated terribly as well. I think it was the worst Cox Plate in the last 6 years, ratings wise, and something to do with horses not going there as well. So that's what I wanted to bring up. I think the vet protocols is another factor on that. I know we saw Deacon come out. Apparently, he was already out last Thursday, but then no one knew. So then some people knew, stopped betting. Some people might have been betting across the weekend. So Dilius, like that's another thing. How do you sort of offset that, make it such a big issue? I don't know how it's fixed, but I think something needs to be done to keep the Cox Plate where it is in Australia.
Couple of issues there, but let's have a quick chat, little fireside chat, Lou, about how you keep the Cox Plate at the top of the pops.
Well, it can be a little bit hard for me to comment, but I think, yeah, they have to do. So I don't think the lack of internationals and the lack of local talent are exclusive for this year's Cox Plate. I think they're separate issues. I think the lack of local
Mm.
talent, obviously, as you said, Dino, there's such a huge array of options for horses to run in now. Um, and the thing is, I think the thing that racing in Victoria has to realise is that RNSW are not going to step back. They're going to keep pushing forward. So you have to push forward and compete with them. They're not going to get rid of the Hill Stakes because the Cox Plate was down this year. They're keeping that. They're moving forward. They want that to get bigger. So you've got to go with them and see how you can get local horses to still contest a Cox Plate. Like, it is one of the great weight for age races in Australia. It's never going to go away. Maybe a little bit more prize money or something is needed. Who knows? I think the internationals was an interesting one. I'm sure the club was disappointed they didn't get any internationals in it this year. I know that they were over there in Hong Kong and the UK and doing their due diligence to try and get them here for whatever reason, and that I'm not privy to. They didn't come this year, which is a real shame. But it's not like they aren't coming because of vet protocols or anything, because they're running in the Melbourne Cup and a few other races. So there are horses to run, but they just didn't come for it this year. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think when all is said and done, we got a great theatre of a race there with VS16 and just holding on and blah, blah, blah. But I think maybe when you look back on it, you'll go, did they just miss a real opportunity to have an absolute cracker field for the last ever Cox Plate at that valley as we know it? I think the answer has to be a little bit yes, Gano.
Yeah, imagine how good the race would have been with Pride of Jenny in it, Mr.
Yeah.
Brightside in it, Fangirl
Yeah,
even.
Fangirl. Yeah.
Fangirl would have been in strife if Pride of Jenny was there, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
still. I could forgive Fangirl for not being in it, but Pride of Jenny and Mr. Brightside most definitely, especially being Victorian horses. Like I would have loved to
Chow
see
Wolf
would love
even.
to see a Chow Wolf. Dano took the words right out of my mouth. We call you meatloaf at this rate. Um, yeah, so there's at least three horses there. Uh, there's perhaps got to be a bigger incentive to turn up. We definitely missed one international horse, maybe two. So, a race this year that only had seven. Was it seven? We had eight, then one came out. So seven. Probably would have rather see 12. And we've mentioned four horses that could have been there and another international. That would have made, the race really, right up where we needed it to be. What was it? I was there on Saturday. Was the race fantastic? Yes. Did the small field or the lack of numbers detract from uh, the theatre of it all? Absolutely not. I don't think in the moment or past the moment, you know, in an hour past the moment, anyone cared. But
Mm.
obviously, 2 or 3 days later, we look back
No,
and reflect and thought, do you think, gee, and I don't think it can. I don't think a race necessarily has to be measured on ratings. Like, oh, it was lowest
yeah,
rated.
Mm.
Like there is an element to that. That's of course it's super important, but that's not everything. So I think the race that was delivered on Saturday was a good race, and I thought the theatre of it was fantastic. Could it be better?
Mm.
Yeah, of course it could be better. More horses, more high quality jockeys. The best horse in the country probably equals more turnover and more eyes on the race. So I'd imagine. But there's plenty of smarter people out there than me to come up with solutions.
Mm.
I'm staying right
Yeah.
out of that. Coolmore,
Yeah.
Stud, Stakes, Baywalk, $3, Tentyrus, 350, Beeben, $4, been absolutely smacked. Skyhook, 11s, My Gladiola, Raging Force, 13s, Hit a Motive, 18 as his legacy bound. Jimmy Ricard, McGaw, 21s. Daikin Star, Devil Knight, Stardom, $34. Surfs Up, 51. Peloton, 61. Not sure if those last two are heading down there. Just having a look at Trav's article here. Potentially. Louis, you want to kick us off?
Yep. Unreal race. I thought the easiest way to start this is to say the one that you want to take on, and that for me is Tentyrus. So it goes massive last start to win, but I think that's a lot of recency bias, and everyone forgets that My Gladiola uh, beat it very comfortably in the start prior in the race that McGaw won. So maybe they were in a little bit of a better ground in that Danehill, but I thought they held Tentyrus really nicely. Obviously, it's improved from that, but I just think at a price point with My Gladiola $13 chance and McGaw a $21 chance for having beaten Tentyrus, I can't really figure it out. I think they're way too big. I think Bivak is a better horse than Tentyrus as well. Obviously, the Golden Rose win was very special. I cannot get Tentyrus at the $3.50 quote. I really can't. I think that is just proper recency bias and the theatre of which it won last time out. Beedman's the obvious fly in the ointment. We were probably disappointed first up. It was unlucky latest, and then everyone's seen the jump out and they're betting off the jump out of that it went really well, and it's the one that could easily jump out of the ground. I thought Skyhook was probably over the odds as well. SP profile in that Golden Rose sat outside the lead, and obviously was no match for Bivok, but maybe it's a different story 1,200 metres down the straight. What does that all mean? I'm happy to have two bets here, all respect to the favourite. I just am not sure. It might start maybe what? Do you reckon? This favourite could start 250? I would think
mm,
anywhere between that and its current price, which I'm just then happy to bet once I know the barriers and how the track's playing. So I think the two early bets are My Gladiola at $13, as I mentioned, Super Win in the Captain Teebs, and then just miss McGaw latest in the Danehill. They beat Tentyrus out to 1,200 metres is a tick, and Skyhook can maybe try and bounce back, and I think we'll start shorter on the day. I think it's a single figure chance, and it's currently $11. Dino, that's how I'm playing it at the moment.
yeah. I think that's the two ways you can play. You can either look against Baywak and try find holes, or you can trust that Golden Rose form. I'm going to trust it. We've seen Autumn Boy win a Group 1 out of it, tempted, ran within 2 lengths of Cardigan Rising, the best sprinter in the land. If Waller's able to freshen his horse up, which he's done terrifically over the last couple of years, I think Home Affairs, maybe his last one, sort of similar setup. Yes, he's probably not going to run up to his Golden Rose figure. I highly doubt that. Does he have to? No. I think he's got the perfect pattern for the straight as well. He's sort of that high cruising speed kicks away. I much prefer that over a horse with a turn of foot down the straight, just the way they run these races. Only query is Adam Hieronymus down the straight. He does not travel a whole lot down to Melbourne. I don't know. I wanted to find the stats, but I couldn't. That would be my only query. Obviously, we know it's a specialised track, even as a punter, let alone as a jockey, when to press go, what to do, how to sort of do it. He's in outstanding form, which helps, but that would be my only slight query, Dano. But Baywak on top, probably going to bet come later in the week. I wouldn't be taking the $3. That's all.
Yeah, fair, fair, fair. I'm just shocked by the money for Beeman. So it's not a jump out
Mm.
operator. It's not my areas. I got no idea.
Mm,
I didn't even watch it, and quite frankly, just couldn't even care
He was
less.
good, but he was
mm,
sort of,
It would have to be good. He's $4.
mm.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
outrageous.
Yeah.
Like what he's
But
done.
surely that form's not cute. Like that Mahuna form, I don't I
Mm.
just
What he's done
against
so
versus some of the
far, Dino, he's 4.5 lengths
mm,
off Baywalk
yeah,
to
yeah.
date, and they're both coming out of, the Sydney form. Obviously,
Mm,
not meeting each other, but similar setup, similar racetracks, similar sort of like there's no left field sort of stuff. Tentaris is the
yeah.
left field one. So I'd sooner back
Mm,
Baywalk and Tentaris before Beeman. And look, if you get beat, that's the way it is. But I think Skyhook's probably like what a Skyhook's peaks right up there next to Tentaris, fresh
mm,
and ready to go. And I just think there wouldn't be a whole lot between Tentaris and Skyhook, other than the fact that Tentaris has just been set for this and is like could be a freak, but one's $11, one's 350. So it's like
yep.
Mm.
I
Yep.
think
Good
you just
point.
I think at a point here, let's just have something like 1x4 and Skyhook, and if he runs a hole at $3,
Give you.
job done.
Thank you. Yep.
Giddy up.
Yep.
On to the next one. Empire Rose, lads. Fangirl 350, like a Lucy 450, Pride of Jenny $5, Idle Flyer 8s, Abounding 11s, Dino.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Obviously, Prodigy's somewhat Fangirl's kryptonite, so they would be hating that she's in the race. I don't know what to do in this race. I'm struggling to sort of figure it out and try to find something outside of those two that can maybe pounce on them fighting between each other, but I couldn't even do that. So no bet race to me. Idle Fire's an interesting one down there. I don't think it's maybe up to this prep, but maybe next prep, Lou. But I struggled with Empire Rose Stakes. Good race, but
Yeah, good race. So if Pride of Jenny goes, Fangirl's in a world of hurt, as we know, because it's not her setup. But the yarn is that Pride of Jenny possibly waits a week and goes to the Champion
Champ
Mole
Mile.
next
Mm,
week. So that's big for Fangirl's chances at the top of the market. I'm happy to have a couple of double figure bets here. First of them is Benadryl, who, yeah, I admit will be better over 2,000 metres, but gee, I thought it was unlucky in the Weekend Hustler. Got held up at a crucial stage. Once it was clear, it was really good. It's been back to the trial since. Out to the mile, obviously not perfect, but he's more suitable. And the second up record, 3 starts for 2 wins. I just think this is um, target race, probably the wrong term, but a good little setup for a big race second up when it goes really well. So I thought at $13 you could do worse. And the other one, I've been on her back so often, and she's doing my head in a little bit, and I don't think she has the class of these. But Damask Rose, I can forgive in a Turak, just got completely held up for a horse who wants to get moving. When it went to the Rupert Clark, it had to make the widest run of all time. That race, as we know, stood up well since. You guys are backing Seeples in Sydney. So I think a horse who is due for some luck, doesn't have the class of them, no. But at $13, I'm probably happy enough to find out. So Benadryl and Damask Rose at the same quote for me, Gano.
I love where your head's at. I got nothing else to add. I didn't have a bet in the race, so not interested at this stage
mm,
because the Pride of Jenny thing grays me up.
mm.
Because if she doesn't go there, then it's a completely different setup. Victoria Derby, Lou, you had a play here. What I will say is Observer, whilst, you know, ultra impressive to the 50 and then idled down,
Mm.
which just ridiculous. You're telling me that's going to make a significant difference come 7 days' time to the horse's chances in a derby. Like I'll fair
Crazy.
income, I'll walk from here to Newcastle if it actually does. Like
Yeah.
give me a spell. There's no need to do it. And unfortunately, um, the punters might get sucked in by that. I reckon that will probably add more of a red flashing light to it because I was like I was going to win by 7, I was idled down. Oh, that
Mm.
scares me. It's got to go an extra what 500,
Yep.
460.
Mm.
Correct. I
Wouldn't
think
want
I
to,
think you
wouldn't want to
have to take
idle
it
down at
on.
any stage on Saturday. It'd go
No.
backwards.
You're red line.
I think you got to take it on. That's why I wanted to touch on this race. I just
Yeah.
could not have it at odds on. You watch the 2 horses getting home behind it, and yes, it was untouched the last 100. But
Mm.
I was on TV this morning with Tim Ryan and Richie Callanan, and they kind of made a good point. They were like, it eased down, but when it was pushed out between the 200 and the 100, it was at its top anyway. I don't think
Yeah.
it had another gear to go to after that was going to be
No.
something special, right? So you look at the horses who get home behind it, Providence, and the one I want to have is something on, O'Shamus.
Yeah.
They rattled home. O'Shamus was unlucky. It's held up on the turn. And
Mm.
obviously, for a horse who might be a chance over 2,500 metres, that's not a great situation. It's $15 here and almost $4 a place. I think O'Shamus is a massive chance with big track Flemington, clear running out to 2,500 metres, Sydney form. I can't believe that it's $1.90 the favourite and the 2 horses rattled home $7 and $15. I think that's wild.
Do you think he runs a strong 2,500? I'm
Who?
Mm.
the favourite.
I don't think any of them do. Right? That's the typical
Attica
Derby
would have. Did you see
problem.
how good Attica was?
Well, yeah,
Probably
he
not
would.
bred
Yeah,
to, but off
sure.
a fast tempo late. My God.
Yeah. The
Mm.
only problem is we don't know. Like
Yeah,
how would you know if it's going to run a strong 2,500 meters because of the old idle down thing? Like it's all question marks. And they went so slow. Maybe Providence
Mm.
O'Shamus were entitled to rattle home like that.
sure.
Yeah.
But are they going to go
Trouble.
much quicker this weekend? Probably not. It's a derby. They'll walk, right? They're just trying to see out that distance.
Yeah.
Miwa, Nick
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Unlucky.
cuddled out the back, could have finished closer. Was it held up on near the turn?
Should have won that race.
Getting 15th, that'll do, mate. Miwa.
Yep.
Any other races,
Simple.
lads?
Yeah, I
No, that's
want.
about it.
I got
Oh,
one
sorry,
to
Lou.
mention. I got
Go
one to
on.
mention. I'll tell
Put
you
me
my
through
little
it.
story. Got
You've got
this.
4 minutes.
Following this. Yeah, I'm following this horse, Pondalawi. Some might know it.
Oh, yeah.
Just settles
Flying.
last and rattles home. I've gone, okay, where's it in the market? So I've seen that the Empire Rose gets posted up as 100-1 all in, and I've had a go. I've had a go at it to win a bit, and I've sent a message. And keep in mind, our good mate Reese Goodwin trains at Pakenham alongside the trainers of Pondaleo. I sent a message. I said, Reese, this thing's 100-1. Have a go. And he goes, no, mate, it's not going there. It's going to the Damien Oliver. And I got 101 in the Damien Oliver, and it's now $51 in the Damien.
Oh,
So
Racy.
I've been. I should have sent the message before, so I've gone off too early.
Good.
Anyway, ipso facto, $51 in the Damien Oliver Pondalawi, I think, is still a very good bet, and $12 a place. It will be last again, probably, and just rattling home. I think the horse is flying, and there's a race in it. I just don't know what it is. Hopefully, it's on the weekend. $51 available. Tab.
He's not bad, is he, Racy? Not bad at all.
Mm.
$51. Righto, all in play of the week. Let's go. Dino.
Who wants to kick off? I'll kick off. Seppel's a place for me. Are you going to do that, Gunner?
Nah, you're right, mate. You have it.
No,
I'll
I'll
go.
go Lady Shenandoah. The more I think about it, I'm going to go Lady Shenandoah in the Russell Balding.
Didn't take him long. One of the great pivoters of all time,
No.
D. Watling. Lady Shenandoah. I'll have
Yep.
Steeples. Louis, you will have.
I'll go my Gladiola place in the Coolmore stud.
Oh, should have done Pondalawi, Lou. That could have been.
You should have gone
And
Pondalawi.
nah.
Go on.
I don't want to ruin
Oh.
someone's the multi. You
He
watch,
did the
it'll
Frank
fly
Warren
home and
now.
run fourth.
That's
It'll fly
right.
home and run fourth, and the punter that's been selected for the multi will be on the floor. I'm happy with the Gladiola. I
Right.
think it'll run well.
Let us know who's going to win the Coolmore Stud Stakes
Yes.
in the comments below. Like, subscribe, get around it. It's good to see the viewers have been getting more abusive over the weeks as we're getting closer to
Yes.
the pinnacle, to the grand final. Yeah, so appreciate all the feedback. It's a gift, they tell me. We'll be back. Melbourne
I
Cup
love it.
preview. Game on. Here we go, lads.
Yes,
See
we
ya.
will.
Let's go.